Hello there, welcome back to Jennie Designs with Paper. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. I am working on an art journal page, so get comfy and let's get crafty. Today I'm working with the March Mission Inspiration prompt. The title is Emergence. The theme is growth, renewal, transition from winter to spring, hope. And the ideas are flowers, melting snow, pastel colors, and seed sprouting. I use none of those. I only use the ingredients. So to start with, I'm using a piece of green polka dot pattern paper because, well, it's green, which is one of the ingredients, and it has circles on it, which is one of the ingredients. I am adding a layer of clear gesso over the top of this paper to make it non-porous, because I'm going to be using some Pitt pens later, but also just to make it a little bit less likely to peel with any liquid glue or anything like that. Once I had it all covered in the gesso, I went ahead and heat set it. I did get it on a little bit thick there in the center, but no biggie because I'm going to cover it up. And actually, it adds a little bit of a distressed look to it, so I don't hate it. Once I had it all dry, I pulled out archival ink in fern green, and using a foam applicator, I went all the way around the edges. I didn't even look at the theme and the ideas this page. I knew when I saw the ingredients what I wanted to do. So the ingredients are man, washi, black and white photo, washi tape green, and circles. I love green, and I love that in March I can wear green every day and nobody bats an eye. They just think I love St. Patrick's Day. To add circles, I pulled out every single circle hole punch that I have and some scraps of this dark green cardstock, and I punched 2 of every circle. So I have 2 inch, 1.5, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/4 inch. And I punched 2 of every circle because if 1 is enough, 2 is better, right? And then I went ahead and started laying them out on my page. What I kind of wanted to do was get this arc kind of, or a slight hangover, like if it's going up one side and then it kind of curves to the other. And I had them all laid out along the left-hand side of my page. I'm trying to not put 2 of the same size circles together. I'm overlapping most of them so that they are touching and creating some dimension. I did put the last few over in this top right-hand corner. And then I realized it's going to get, like my hole punch is going to put holes in them. So I just flipped the page upside or the other way around. And I decided that because of where I want to put my focal image, I needed to move those circles that are now on the bottom left. So I just kind of added them to the bottom right, and I picked up a piece of press and seal. Press and seal is a crafter's best friend when you have lots of little pieces like this that you've laid out and you don't want to have to rethink of how you put them on. So I went ahead and burnished the circles onto my press and seal really well. And then I flipped my page over and pulled the page up off of the circles and the press and seal. For the most part, everything stayed in place. It was one little circle that was giving me a problem. Once I had that press and seal laid back down flat and all of the circles were firmly attached to it, I just went through and added some Tombow Mono liquid glue. This is a PVA glue, but it if you let it dry, it's repositional, which is why it's called Tombow Mono. Like if you use it wet, it's a really strong adhesive. If you wait till it dries, it's repositionable. Anyway, once I had the circles on there, I let them set for a couple of seconds. I went over it with my bone folder and burnished it. I hollered at my dog, and then I came and peeled the press and seal off the top of the circles and added another layer of, this is Liquitex Matte Fluid Medium. I have sped this up to 2 times speed and sometimes 4 times speed, like when I'm heat drying or spreading out the adhesive or the gesso, just because, well, why would you want to watch that in real time? If you're not trying to learn how to use the stuff, real time can be really painful. Once I had everything down and dry, it is really important that that matte medium is dry, because if you touch the nib of your pen to it wet, it will ruin the nib of your pen. I grabbed my Pitt pens. These are India ink, and on a non-porous surface for a few seconds. These are movable. You can smear them around. So I used the green to go around the outside edge of the circle and the black to add shadow where the circles were overlapping. It did smear a little bit, but it cleaned up nicely. So next is man and black and white photo. This dapper young man is my grandfather. This is my grandfather Wallace, And he's late teens, early 20s in this picture, and I want to put him right here on the right side of this page. However, he needs to have something to stand on, not floating in the air, which is where the last ingredient comes into place. This is washi tape. I put down one piece of a dark blue, and then I added a green kind of chevron pattern to it, not that you can see the pattern. And I added my grandpa right on top of that washi tape with a little bit of that matte fluid medium. I put the fluid medium on the page, and then I put more on top of the photograph. I just printed him on my Epson tankless printer, and it didn't smear at all. Once I had that, the adhesive all spread out, I did go ahead and heat set that again, because I am going to pick up my Pitt pens and add some shadowing underneath or around the edge of the picture of my grandfather as well. And I just used the green, went all the way around him. I did take that black Pitt pen and kind of add some shadow or depth to the layers of washi tape, just because everything else had a shadow, so why not the washi tape too, right? I mean, so I put a little bit of a line underneath the blue washi tape and a little bit of line underneath the striped washi tape, which you can't really tell even in real life that it's stripes because of the blue. Anyway, in my drawer of things, I have these scrapbook stickers that are all about family. And I didn't have one that said grandpa, but I had one that said grandparents, and I had one that said dad. So even though I didn't call him granddad, I cut off the grand, and I'm going to use the word dad. And I'm going to lay the dad sticker right here on this top part of my circles. And I'm going to put the word grand kind of on top of it, overlapping a little bit. So this is my granddad. We called him grandpa. But granddad works. And once I get that sticker kind of down there where I want it, I'm going to add a little bit more of that matte medium over the top of it, because I want to keep the sticker stuck down, but also they're shiny and nothing else on the page is shiny. I did get a little bit of the matte medium underneath the stickers where those circles were kind of overlapping, but that was easy enough to fix. And I went ahead and heat set that as well. This is probably my favorite page because, well, it's green and it's my grandpa. And B, it was a fast page. Once I knew what I was doing, it was a quick page to put together. I mean, yes, I've sped it up, but it was still a quick page. So I went ahead and put some double-sided, really strong double-sided adhesive on the back edges of my page. I added some liquid glue in between that and put it on the other half of this green polka dot paper and trimmed it down with my scissors. That just makes the page a little bit more sturdy, especially because I'm just using scrapbook paper. It is a thicker than average scrapbook paper, but it's just scrapbook paper. And then I went around the edges again with that fern green archival ink to make sure there was no white showing. I punched the holes in the left side of my page. I went through and made sure I had all of the ingredients, and I glued my prompt card to the back. And that is it. That is the whole art journal page. So I love it. I hope you liked it. I love it because it's green. Let's just go there. I love it because it's green. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I have a couple of other videos here I think you would like as well. I've also added that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you did. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me your favorite color. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and have a really fabulous day.